Good morning. Today is week 6 of my liquid diet. I just want to say I'm eating vegetables too. So vegetable soup and vegetables. So just it's not a total 100% liquid diet. But anyways, it's week 6 and I lost another pound this week. So I have lost a total of 12 pounds. And there's a few specific things I want to talk about in this video because of some questions that I was asked and then something that happened to me this week. And so that's what I want to talk about. Number one, I'm going to talk about supplements versus meal replacement. So protein shakes as a supplement and protein shakes as a meal replacement. 2, I'm going to talk about some family sabotage that happened just yesterday. And 3, I am going to answer a question about what was my experience that caused me to get back on track? Like, was that all about? And 4, I'm going to talk about my best friend. Okay. So the first thing that I wanted to answer is the difference between using protein shakes as supplements and using them as a meal replacement. So someone asked, why do you need to do a protein shake with vitamins and minerals in it as opposed to just a protein shake? So the difference, one of them is convenience versus need. So a supplement is something that's convenient. A meal replacement is something that you need. So who uses just straight protein as a supplement for convenience? That's going to be bodybuilders and athletes, or anyone who wants to supplement their protein needs because they're getting most of the protein that they need to survive or to work out or whatever. So if you're a bariatric patient as well, you might supplement with protein. And the reason why is you're not getting enough. And it's convenient to have a protein shake that you don't need vitamins and minerals in because you're just trying to supplement your protein. So whether it's pre or post workout, or because you're a bodybuilder, or because you're a bariatric patient trying to get your 60, 70, 80, 90, and for some men, 120 grams of protein per day. So that's a supplement. Now, if you are going to use it as a meal replacement, in other words, you are exchanging this protein shake for food, you have to remember that that food was providing vitamins and minerals to you as well as protein. So if you're going to do a meal replacement, you're going to give up food, you have to use something that replaces that food. So if you were to just do a straight protein shake with nothing in there, now your vitamin supplement isn't going to be enough because you didn't get anything from that meal, the meal. Instead of being 3 ounces of chicken and some vegetables, now it's a shake. So the vegetables and the chicken had vitamins and minerals, not just protein. So you need your shake to have that. Otherwise, it's not a meal replacement. So some things that I read for a normal person, non-bariatric, in order to be considered a meal replacement, it has to have 300 calories in it. If we were doing 3 meal replacement shakes a day at 300 calories a piece, that's 900 calories. I'm doing 4, that's 1,200 calories. I'm not gonna lose weight that way. Bariatric patients have to eat less. So that's the whole point. We're trying to lose weight or maintain. So the Shakeology, Bariatric Pal, and the Nature's Bounty that I'm using, I think they range from 110 to like 160 calories for just the shake, not including milk or whatever water that you're adding. So you have to account that into it. So you could get more calories. Usually, because of some of the things that I put into my shake, they're closer to 200. And so I have 4, that puts me at 800 calories a day. So if I was only taking a supplement, my vitamin supplement, my daily multivitamin, whatever, and I was just using regular protein powder, I would be wildly insufficient in my vitamin and mineral intake. So that's why. That's the difference. That's why it's so important to pay more money to make sure that you're getting vital nutrition that you need. Otherwise, you're malnourished. And believe it or not, before we had surgery, most of us were malnourished because we were eating a lot, but we weren't eating healthy foods. So we were malnourished. And a lot of people don't want to have surgery because they think they're going to be malnourished. Well, you're probably malnourished anyways. So go ahead and have the surgery and then have a good vitamin shake, and then you'll probably be better off than you were before surgery. So that's just my slant on that. Number 2. Let's see. I'm going to talk about my friend really quick. So my best friend, she was overweight as well. And, you know, I've been talking to her about my journey, and all of that with the weight loss surgery and everything I've gone through, all my, you know, head problems and stuff. And she just wasn't in a place where that was something that she wanted to do. And I never suggested that she should have weight loss surgery or even be on a diet, because I love her whether she's 100 pounds or 500 pounds, I don't care. So, I mean, I want her to be healthy and safe, but at the same time, you know, I'm not looking at the outside package. So I'm really excited that my friend joined the gym yesterday with me, and we've spent a little time together here recently, and she's gonna start replacing 2 meals a day with shakes for her to do that. And no, she hasn't had surgery, and she has no desire to have surgery. So I'm happy for her, and I can't wait to see what she accomplishes. Number 3, family sabotage. It's bad enough when you're trying to lose weight and you didn't have surgery to have family sabotage you. So what was I saying? So it's even worse when you're trying to have surgery or after you have surgery and your family is sabotaging you. But the worst is when the person who's sabotaging you is someone who's had surgery. And that person is on the same motherfucking journey, the same journey that you're on right now. Doing the same damn diet that you're doing. Living in your house. Talking to you, Mom. That's who I'm talking to. So my mom had gastric bypass, I don't know, 10, 11 years ago. And she likes to do things with me. I'm an only child, so yeah. Anyways, so I invited my mom. I said, this is what I'm gonna do. Do you wanna do it with me? Because now's the time, if you wanna do it, we might as well do it together. So she did. And initially she lost more weight than I did. Like the first 2 weeks she lost way more weight than I did. But now that we're 6 weeks out, we've lost the same amount of weight, 12 pounds. I do not harp on my mom about when I see her cheat, because I don't want her coming around the corner and harping on me, you know, when she sees me cheat. And the reason why is this is a very personal journey, and it's not up to me to say what she could do, whatever. We have to figure out how to control the plate ourselves. It's nobody else's responsibility but our own. However, my mom, we're in the kitchen, I'm making my shake yesterday morning, and my mom whips out these 2 little steaks, and I think they were ribeyes, and they were thin, they weren't big fat steaks, and the size doesn't matter. We're on a liquid diet. And she whips out these 2 steaks. Oh, look what I got for us to eat tonight. You and I can split this one, and the other one is for your husband. And I just went, I said, whatever, that's fine, because I don't have to eat it, right? We can just do it. And it was too early in the morning for me to even stop and think about what the fuck was happening right there. But as the day was kind of progressing, and it's just kind of back there, you know, in the back of your brain, just kind of rolling around. Anyway, so while it's rolling around in the back of my head, it occurred to me exactly what was happening. And my mom wanted to cheat. But she felt like she would get judged. or that I would try and stop her, or that she would judge herself, or she would feel bad about herself. I don't know. Check the checklist of all the crap that's going through her brain. And what she did was she dragged me into it to justify to herself to do it. That if I did it with her, all of a sudden, she's not bad. You see where I'm going with this? How other people will drag you down to justify their own behavior. Because if someone else is doing it with you, it must be okay. Or I don't want someone else to do better than me, so, you know. And it's not like I'm not accusing my mom of doing this crap consciously. This is the fat girl inside you that doesn't want to be alone, doesn't want to eat alone, doesn't want to fail alone, doesn't want to be fat alone. So we've probably all been there too, to where we've been the person sabotaging someone else to justify our own behavior. Well, so-and-so's doing it. And it's in that moment, God, we're fucked up in the head. So keep that in mind. Even though my mom did that, when it came down to it, I was already planning on baking some chicken for my husband. And so I could have just a little tiny bit. I've been putting like 1 ounce of meat on my salad. So I have a big salad with all kinds of veggies and stuff in there, and low sugar, low carb, low fat dressing, and just a tiny 1 ounce of meat. And I told myself as long as that was working, as long as I was still losing weight. So I'm not sure about the 1 pound this week, if that has anything to do with it. I mean, I'm consuming so few calories, I can't imagine that an ounce of meat. But then again, we're delusional people. So I'm not really sure I'm seeing the situation for the reality that it is. And that might be just my brain somehow justifying it to myself. So I'm gonna have to look at that. I still lost 1 pound. So the old me would have said, oh, I only lost 1 pound this week. But what I'm gonna say about that is, first of all, 1 pound is that whole cube of butter, 4 cubes of butter, right? And prior to me doing this, I was only losing 1/4 to 1/2 pound a week. So I'm still ahead of the game, and I'm gonna consider it a winning, right? But I know that I can do better. Also, it was my time of the month this week, so we'll see if that had anything to do with it either. Because I noticed 4 weeks ago, that was my week that I had low weight loss. So anyway, so last note on that, on the sabotage, is know that people are gonna sabotage you, and more than likely it's not intentional. And even if it is intentional, it's subconscious. It's not like consciously on purpose. And also recognize that in yourself. Are you doing that using someone else to justify your bad behavior? And lastly, what brought me here? What got me to this place where I finally did it? And this was to Berry Babe. She called it the road home. And I can't say that I know exactly what it is, because I pulled out my journal to write in it today, and the last time I wrote in it was February 24th. You know, maybe that had something to do with my weight gain, is that I started feeling sorry for myself, and I stopped doing the things that I should do. And I think I just got sick of being miserable. I got sick of feeling sorry for myself. I got sick of failing, and I got sick of not caring, because every time I would put something in my mouth that I shouldn't, I would just say, I don't care. I don't feel good, and I don't care. I want it, and I don't care. I don't care. And that's not true. I do care. I didn't care in the moment, but you know, then the next morning when I'm all boo-hoo, look what this fucking scale says. And so I just made the decision to do it. And I said, now I don't care what it takes. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck it takes to get back on track. And not only that, to do better than get back on track. Because I still have to lose like quite a few more pounds to get to where I would have been if I never stopped losing weight and started gaining. Okay, if I'd have just stayed on that same trajectory, where would I be on today's date? And I still have a few pounds to go to get to that. However, pretty soon I'm gonna surpass it and actually be get ahead of where I would have been, because on that trajectory, I wouldn't have made it to my goal until like January 2020, and now I might get there in November or December, which is earlier. And for those of you that might be tuning in for the first time, I am currently 18 months post-op, and I started at 230 pounds, and I currently weigh 162.0 today. So littler people lose slower, but this whole little experiment that I'm doing proves that I could have lost faster. Not the way the doctor wanted me to, because they want you to get back to real food really quickly. I don't know that it's necessarily 100% safe or whatever, but drastic times call for drastic measures, and I decided I had to kick my own fucking ass right now. Right now. That's it. Fucking game's over, Michelle. You fucking get down there and do whatever you have to do. Like, otherwise, why did you do this? I swore before I had surgery that I was not going to fail. I swore I wasn't going to be that girl who put the weight back on. And so I really think those things I finally, prior to, okay. So what the fuck was I saying? Oh, so prior to me getting hurt and having to stay home, I was trying to find ways to cheat and still not cheat. Like, what could I give up? What could I do so that I can make it to where it's okay for me to have this little bit of ice cream every night? And, or have one bite of this or have one bite of that. And I was trying to find little ways to cheat. And so it takes time to get your brain in the game of, getting rid of a lifetime of bad habits and bad thinking and cheating. I had 48 years of, I'm gonna be 50 next month. But I have to say, I'm making 50 look pretty good. So, there's a lot of crap rolling around that brought us to having surgery in the first place. And just remember, you had surgery on your stomach, not on your fucking brain. So there's a place you got to dig deep to get to. And I think it's part of the process to fail so spectacularly in your trying to control the situation and thinking that you're smart enough to outsmart the system and all of that. And finally, you just have to surrender. And I think that's what I did. I just finally surrendered to, this is my new life, and this is the choice I made. And I wanted it. And 6 months ago, I was desperately wishing I was losing a pound a week. So I'm going to take that pound and I'm going to run with it, because I'm going to take it as a home run. And I got 2 more weeks to my first deadline. So we'll see how that goes. So my last thing is, as I was looking in my little journal, and this was a gift from one of my students. It was a goal getter. That's what it says, goal getter. And it was a gift from one of my students. And it says the same thing every day, but one of the questions for the daily thing is a box to write what inspires you. And this is what I wrote for today. I inspire me. Because we should be an inspiration to ourselves. It's great to have other people be inspirations. It's great to have unconditional support. But the person that needs to be able to support you is you. The person that needs to be able to inspire you is you. The person that needs to kick your ass is you. We came into this world alone, and we're going to go out of this world alone. And every minute in between, we are responsible for ourselves. So hopefully, I don't know, hopefully I'm helping you, inspiring you, kicking your ass. I don't know, because is what I do for a living. But yeah, somewhere at the end of the day, we can't blame other people. We only have ourselves to blame. So anyways, catch you next week.